All right, folks, now it's time to continue our series, The Assault on the Second Amendment. Let's get to our first guest, Texas Congressman Troy Nehls. Congressman, fantastic to see you. You know, with your law enforcement background, you're going to be perfect for this. The Founding Fathers meticulously constructed the Constitution to restrain government from intruding on our individual rights. One of the mechanisms they used was something they called a system of checks and balances. The Second Amendment is multifaceted, but one of its key functions is to provide a vital check on government tyranny. True?
True, absolutely. And you know, I obviously I'm one of those that I support the Second Amendment. I will not waver on that. And being in law enforcement, Chris, for 30 years, being a sheriff for 8, I've seen gun violence. But what I've seen is a lot of the individuals that are killing each other are individuals that shouldn't have guns. Those are the convicted felons. The judge looked at him and said, "Hey, young man, you're a convicted felon. You can't own a gun anymore." And they're going out and getting the guns anyway, and they're buying them, you know, in the alleyways and everywhere else. So the criminals are getting the guns, and it's an all-out assault against law-abiding people, individuals like me and others that want to protect themselves and their families with the Second Amendment, our Constitution.
Yeah, you took me right where I wanted to go. Two of your colleagues made some very correct points about the Second Amendment, such as Lauren Boebert, when she said, quote, "The Second Amendment has nothing to do with hunting unless you're talking about hunting tyrants, maybe," end quote. Then Matt Gaetz agreed and said this: "The Second Amendment is about maintaining within the citizenry the ability to maintain an armed rebellion against the government if that becomes necessary," end quote. Now, Congressman, this story comes out about the FBI reportedly seizing $86 million in a raid on innocent American safe boxes after duping a judge for the warrant. The government's unconstitutional left-wing premise for this raid was this infantile theory that having cash makes you a presumptive criminal. When the government no longer lives within the confines of the Constitution and becomes abusive to the rights of the people, isn't it vital, Congressman, that Americans maintain their right of self-defense?
Without a doubt. And none of these, you know, I was always told, my father always said, "Cash is king, young man, cash is king." So you always want to have the green dollar. You always want to have the dollar. And I tell you something, what we've seen with the DOJ and the FBI, they can't be trusted today. And that's what's sad. When the American people are looking at a couple of our institutions, the FBI being one of the most well-respected law enforcement agencies in our nation's history, and now we have these individuals that have used them, they've weaponized them to go after their adversaries. They obviously, Chris, they've gone after Trump. They go against any Trump's associates. And now you got the FBI going against parents and schools. And now you got the FBI and others going against individuals that maybe have cash and whatever else. So it's just weaponizing these agencies, and it's sad. And I tell you something, in January when we get the House back, we must look into Christopher Wray. We got to look at Garland. We got to look at them all.
Yeah, you're right, Congressman. A lot of whistleblowers inside of the FBI are backing up what you say, that the FBI can't be trusted. There is also this issue of credit card companies coming after lawful gun owners by tracking gun sales. Should American companies have this right to share Americans' private information with the government, information the government is not entitled to under the Constitution?
Well, you see that all these organizations are trying to track everything we do, whether it's the credit card companies and everything else. They you know, law-abiding citizens, guys like me, when I went out and purchased my last handgun, I used a credit card. So now if they want to try to code that and have something out there that says, "We have Troy Nehls from Richmond, Texas, he went out and bought a firearm," they're going to do it. I mean, we need to have some oversight of this and look into this, but they're going to do it. But how does that make us any more safe? How does that make the American people more safe? Because I'll guarantee you, Tommy Turd, the convicted felon, isn't using a credit card to go down to the local gun shop. He's not going to do it. He's going to use the green dollar, and he's going to buy it in the alleyway, you know, and buy it from some other felon or crackhead that stole it from my truck or somebody else's truck in a burglary. So I don't know how this is going to make America safer. I just don't understand it. It's a registry is what it is.
Congressman,
they want to track us. They want to track us.
Yeah. Well, while we still have freedom, while we still have a free market, maybe Americans might want to not use these credit cards anymore because they're compromising, these credit card companies are betraying Americans' right to privacy. And I don't fancy doing business with companies that want to betray my constitutional rights. Congressman, I wanted to ask you about a report that claims that some of your GOP colleagues are asking for answers. I think you are too, from the DHS Secretary, Mr. Mayorkas, about Venezuela emptying their prisons and these bands of prisoners coming up to gain access to the United States of America so they become our criminal problem here. Why do you think Team Biden is hiding this information from members of Congress and, by extension, we the American people?
Because this administration doesn't want to let the American people know what's actually happening here. You've got the borders are with Kamala. She's in denial. She lies, says the border's secure. Mayorkas, you can't trust anything that comes out of his mouth. But there are some organizations, yours and others, that are actually showing the American people what's really taking place at our southern border. And it's horrible. So the idea that Venezuela is going to do what Cuba did, Castro did back in the early 80s by releasing all of his bad hombres and sending them over here into Miami. And that's what Venezuela is doing. Maduro, he doesn't like us. He doesn't like the United States of America. He would like to see us all burn in hell. And so he's emptying his prisons. He's going to say, go to America. You got a president that will welcome you with open arms. He'll buy you a cell phone and give you a little bit of money. And so that's what's happening. And the American people are going to pay for this. So we're asking Mayorkas, hey, listen, I know the Border Patrol is well aware of it. They're watching out for these Venezuelans. I don't know how we're going to determine who's a criminal and who's not unless you got some bad tattoos on your body. But I tell you, American people, law enforcement is going to have to clean this mess up. But the American people are going to be the victims. You're going to see it. You're going to see it in the coming weeks, months, and years where this policy with this administration is killing Americans, whether it's fentanyl or whether it's these countries not sending their best. Like Donald Trump said they would. He said they're not going to send their best. Yep. They're going to send their murderers and rapists.
Congressman, it's too bad that the socialist dictator in Venezuela and the narco-terrorists have an ally in the Biden regime here. It's just very sad. And of course, as you know, it'll be the American people who pay the price and not these folks in Washington. Congressman Troy Nehls, sir, appreciate your time and your service to the community. Later in the Chris